Name's Meepo, Geomancer. Pleased to meet ya.
Hello guys, and welcome to another video from Dota. Today I'm going to be bringing you a Meepo replay, and if you're a regular visitor of the channel you will have noticed that I haven't been active in a while. And that's due to a number of reasons, one of which is that I'm just a lot busier in real life and I've kind of fallen out of the route. Well, I didn't really have a routine, but I've kind of fallen out of the idea of making videos because it just hasn't slotted in with what I've been doing. And the second one is that I have just genuinely stopped playing Dota for the past 2.5 months. I haven't really played the game in the past 2.5 months. I had a Huskar game 2 days ago, which I won, but it wasn't that impressive, and I wanted to give Meepo a shot. So this is my first Meepo game after my 2.5 months break. So it's going to be very interesting to see what has slipped, what remains, what inconsistencies I have in my gameplay. I did intend for this to be recorded as I was playing it, and I actually did record it and speak over it as it was I was playing it. Unfortunately, however, though, the video did corrupt because I left it running for too long and it played for too long. So I'm going to get a little bit harassed here on live stream on the top lane, and so to kind of remedy the fact that the video corrupted, I'm going to re-record it in a player perspective. So hopefully this will serve a similar purpose. It won't be as good. And my first game back as Meepo, and Venomancer has somehow managed to steal my creep wave and take it to the top lane. So that's a full wave of XP I'm missing out on Meepo. So this is probably going as badly as it possibly could. I'm also mid against Arc Warden, who I've never played before, and I'm also mid, which I rarely ever do because Slark wanted to go bottom. So this is going to be a very interesting game nonetheless. So here I'm just going to try my absolute best to try and outlast this guy. Of course, this is my first Meepo game after about 2.5 months, so we're going to see how much of what I knew remains. Fortunately though, because of the fact that Venomancer stole that creep wave, this creep wave is going to push up and hopefully allow me to get a couple of last hits here. Now I have no idea what any of Arc Warden's spells do, so that's again another disadvantage for me. I'm going to try and chuck a poof down here, I think, to get some last hits. Get a couple there, that's all we really need. Just need to keep steady on the last hits. I'm going to hit level 3 there, and it's pretty decent timing for a level 3 actually. I did actually recover from that wave, and instantly I'm going to take a level in net and try and net up this Arc Warden. I'm going to get a couple of poofs on him. Didn't do quite as much damage as I was hoping, but it definitely put down some nice harass on that guy. He does have quite a lot of regen though, so it is going to be quite difficult. So yeah, this replay, guys, isn't going to be as much of a tutorial or help. It's going to demonstrate that even if you take a big break from Dota, certain things are going to remain and certain things are going to slip. Thankfully there, Slark getting first blood, so if all goes badly, at least I can try and rely on my teammates. So yeah, this Arc Warden character, I played this game the day he was introduced, so very few people actually know exactly what he's doing, and I'm one of them. And the map has changed a lot since I've recently played. Namely, the creep camps have completely changed, and there is an extra neutral camp up here by where Venomancer is, so that's actually quite a nice change for Meepo. Considering he can overfarm the map to the point where there's nowhere else for somewhere else to farm, and there's less for him to farm, so he can take an entire map up now and earn even more. So I'm steadily staying on the mid lane, getting a few last hits here and there. I'm going to send my second Meepo to the small camp. Not sure if that was the best decision. I mean, in an ideal world, I should be stacking here, but I'm very out of practice. Very out of practice. Before I quit the game, I was on about 5k solo. I would hover above that and maybe dip below it occasionally. Now I would probably say I'm closer to 3k than ever. So I don't get too hung up on the MMR system anyway. Because it's a team game, and I believe that it's a demonstration of mechanical skill rather than game sense half the time. So yeah, I'm going to stay in the mid lane. I'm going to get my treads here. My GPM is rather steady. My XPM is rather steady. Nothing to write home about. Nothing exceptional. I'm actually below Dragon Knight and Slark here, which is very interesting in gold per minute. However, I am above the enemy mid by quite a large amount. But he does go for that top rune now, and that is going to cost him some much needed XP and gold there. I am leading the XP chart, which is very nice. You should be doing that as people. You always want to be leading the XP chart, and I am. So that's thankful. Of course, the mid lane helps that drastically. But going to that small camp as well helped enormously as well. Even though I had to send the second Meepo back, you always want to try and get as much XP with that second Meepo as early as possible. You don't want it to just be sitting in a lane idle just for the presence that maybe you'll get gone on. If you get gone on with the first Meepo, poof the second Meepo in and net the guy that's chasing you. It's not too difficult to do. So I'm going to send the first Meepo bottom for the rune through the river, which is very risky at the time. I just sent it through. And I'm going to see what I'm going to pick up here. The second Meepo is in the lane. I'm going to pick up a haste here while leaving my second Meepo mid. Hopefully my second Meepo is okay. I do might him back a little bit. Got the haste here. Going to try and go on Rubik, who is got the Maledict up on him. Going to get an easy kill there on Rubik. Perhaps I shouldn't have used the poof on him and just clicked him. But I'm going to get a poof down here and a net onto this Dragon Knight. And a few clicks. The cask does come out, but there's no creative for it to bounce to. It's a little bit late. The Geo Strike level 1. Not enough to slow him to the point where we can kill him. So a decent gank there with a haste. Even though I haven't played the game in a long time, knowing that the rune would spawn there and no one else had gone through, I pick up a nice rune and secures kill on the bottom lane, which Slark wasn't doing very well. Slark has now opted to switch for the mid lane, rather strangely, so I guess I'm stuck in the bottom lane here. I don't really want to stay in this lane because Dragon Knight and Rubik is quite a nasty dual lane, and I can easily get blown up with a brief fire. The brief fire, of course, reducing my base damage, making it a lot harder to do anything with only 55 damage now at level 7. If I switch to agility shreds, I should have about 63, but it's still not going to be the damage I need. So I'm going to just head to the jungle here. I don't feel I can do much in that lane. The harass from Rubik's pretty good. A Fade Bolt and a Dragon's Breath. That's actually a really nasty aggressive dual lane. You're going to have no ability to last here in that lane. Venomancer does pick up the jungling Ice Stealer, which sets him back quite a large margin. I do hear the Witch Doctor getting gone on. It looks like they didn't time their stuns so well. And they are not actually going to pick him up, which is quite strange. They should have been able to get that kill. But they didn't. I was waiting in the bushes there to see if I could get Dragon Knight. And I'm going to get a couple clicks on him here. Going to put down a net, going to put down a couple of poofs. So going to get some really nice damage on this Dragon Knight actually. The cask and the Maledict does come out and this should kill him with the last tick. Nice. So a really nice pick up on Dragon Knight there. Really underestimating the damage of Meepo and Witch Doctor there. So yeah, you can see on the map, I'm just going to take this off, play perspective a minute. This is all completely new to me. This camp is now here apparently. This is a large camp. And then we don't have a camp there anymore, we just have trees. We have a camp there, we have a camp there. I have a camp there. Well, that camp is a medium camp now. That camp's a small. That camp's a large. That camp's a large. And then we have a large camp up here. So this one's actually been stacked. So a lot of gold on the map. Sorry about that. We do pick up on a kill on Ruby there. So this bottom lane going pretty damn well for us. Despite the fact that they did that very strong aggressive duel lane. So these things seem to act like mines, the things that Arc Warden puts down. I'm sorry I can't really illuminate any information on Arc Warden there, but he does seem to be a pretty decent hero. I do fall victim to one of his spells in this game, but quickly learn from it by reading the description and then counter it. So I do notice that this camp is triple stacked here, so I'm going to try and go for this with my two Meepos. I might come back out a little bit. It's a max rank poof. The Satyr Bolt does come out. It does do quite a bit of damage, but another double poof here will clear the rest of the camp. And that is some much needed XP and gold.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So now switch to the top lane. A lot of lane switching in this, and you will see this quite often in lower skilled games. I think the game has a system where if you only play... No, we are going to go for a kill on this TA here. The net is going to come out. It is going to do a nice range, and we are going to pick up this TA. We do manage to get the last hit, so a really nice coordinated gank there with the Prodigy Invis. I had full vision on the TA, and Meepo, an exceptional hero against TA. I really do believe that Meepo is very good against TA. A hero that a lot of people seem to have a problem with at maybe lower skill levels where they don't have as much idea of how to counter her. Of course, Venomancer, one of the harder counters, but I don't believe he is actually as good as Meepo. Maybe in the lane, but not in the actual game. He's quite a slow hero, has no ability to stun her, so she can blink and meld, and he's more or less dead. A bit of a fight going here on the bottom lane. Slark is going to be able to get out. I'm a bit confused as what I'm going to be able to do. I do spot 2 heroes in the bottom lane. Can't see Arc Warden. I know Nyx is here, and I think TA is here as well. So I'm going to play as safe as possible. Unfortunately, this is a ogre camp, are they called? I can't even remember. Satyrs or something. Just Hellbears, yeah, that's what they're called. And that is going to obviously do quite a lot of damage to my Meepo, so I'm going to have to send him back. Infest used there by Nyx, so not the best Infest. And you can see Podge there is waiting to try and get the hook. No, I can't really do something in this top lane because I'm quite disorganized and not really making the best TPs. I'm going to send a second Meepo back and wait on the top rune spot rather inefficiently for about 10 seconds for this top rune. But while I'm doing that, I am going to pick up the point booster. If I get something like a haste here, I could switch around and try and pick up this Arc Warden, but unfortunately it's just the bounty. A nice bit of 100 gold and 100 XP, so I am slowly heading towards that level 10. So again, those things on the ground, I really do not have an idea of what they're doing, so I'm going to have to look it up after this. So I'm just going to keep farming out this mid lane. I should pick up my level 2 ultimate soon and get that third Meepo to accelerate my farm. And one of the things I did notice when I was playing this game is that I was very inefficient with the way I was using my Meepos around the map. Something that definitely slipped was the fact that I wasn't using my Meepos around the map properly. My mechanical skill drastically, I had felt, dropped. I was having a lot of trouble microing my Meepos half the time. But my game sense seemed almost perfect how it was, so here I am overextending way too hard for this curry, and I do realise that people are closing in on me. An illusion Arc 1 does come in, and I'm pretty screwed at this point. The bridge does go down, the open one's on one Meepo, and the TA there is absolutely no chance. As soon as I realised the curry was actually just matching my speed, or just slowly outspeeding me, I should have backed off. But again, quite the overextend there. Slark is gonna be able to pick up a solo kill on this Dragonite, which is quite embarrassing for Rubik. I think, yeah, Rubik's gonna pick up the kill there on a Slark, but not exactly worth it. So this is a new item that I didn't realize was in the game. This Iron Talon. During the game, I was checking out, trying to see what it was about, but I couldn't quite tell. The Cascade is gonna put on Nyx up there. And while that's happening, I'm pretty sure he's dead. I'm gonna see where I can TP. He does actually get an infest off, which really sucks for our team. And I'm gonna TP bomb. I don't think I can get this Rubik with a level 3 net, and he is going to get a TP in from Arc Warden, so the chance of me killing there is very low. So with Arc Warden and Rubik in the bottom lane now, it's a little bit dangerous. This little tree thing here, I don't think this was here before, so that's quite nice for hiding. And I'm going to go for this Arc Warden. I think he is a bit of a squishy hero. I don't really know the hero that well. A really nice blind there is going to come out and it is going to pick him up. So I'm going to try and get this Arc Warden. This thing right here, I didn't realize what this did at the time, but it is 100% evasion while it's up. And that is going to result in all of my attacks missing, of course. I'm going to mic with the second Meepo out, and I am going to get my boost off, and it doesn't do quite enough damage, which is really annoying. And that is an example. And that has a very small cooldown as well. Actually, it was his illusion that cast that. So that skill there, countering myself at the Slark for long enough for his team to TP in and to save him there. Quite a good spell, if I must say, and at this point I was checking the spell to see what it did. Still having a check around, I don't really know. I'm still getting my bearings with the map and getting my bearings with everything else, so it's very different to me, and I'm sure if you have only just got this patch, it'll be very different to you as well. So obviously, unfortunately, with the fact that I have died now twice, my Aghanim Scepter is delayed, and this is a perfect example of why fighting before your Aghanims, to the point that I'm fighting, can sometimes be very detrimental, because it delays your Aghanims drastically when you die, and you want Aghanims online as soon as possible, so I'm probably going to be looking for a 17-18 minute Aghs. Really nice hook there comes off from Podge. He is probably going to get finished off. Lift does come out, but it is too late. And a nice double stack here on this new camp is going to secure me some much needed gold. I'm going to pick up that Blade of Alacrity, and I do spot Nyx out on this top lane. I am fairly confident I can kill him. I am kind of playing on the assumption that I can kill him with my previous skill, but having not played the game for a long time, I don't think I can. He is going to pop a rage there. I baited out that rage, which is quite nice, and he does waste his infest, so I'm pretty confident now that I can go on him. I switch my treads to Agi to try and get as much damage on him as possible. Do get the boost down, do micro that Meepo out, but I'm not microing it very well. He is still managing to get clicks, and he does get the rage off, so there you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I messed up horribly there. It was a free kill, and I messed up the micro, and that is going to happen. Your mechanical skill is going to slip drastically with Meepo when you take a break from the game. Bearing in mind, I took a break for 2.5 months, and I didn't touch the game. I didn't even read up on it. I was so disinterested in it. Unfortunately, that's something that will happen if you play the game a lot, and you find yourself not enjoying the game. You find yourself playing it for other people, maybe playing it for a team, and then you get into this point where you're not actually enjoying it anymore. Maybe you're playing the same heroes too much. Maybe you're playing the same strategy too much. Maybe you're focused on MMR too much, and it's not very fun for you. So you need to try and avoid the things that will make the game stale for you. Try other things, try other heroes, be a bit braver. Which is going to go for a very brave solo kill there on Dragon Knight. It is not going to work out. I mean, what makes people burn out in games depends on the person, of course. But I do think things like playing the same hero too much or focusing on the wrong things too much are very big factors when it comes to getting burnt out in the game. I'm going to check a net out here on Rubik, and I'm going to check a second net and a third net. TA is going to blink behind, and Rubik does steal net, which is really good, and he is going to cancel the proofs twice, which is horrible for me. So a kill that could have gone my way did not go my way, so well played by him, and Snart getting picked up down in the top lane. So pretty messy game, and probably not great to watch, but it is a good demonstration of, if you've watched my previous videos where I play ranked, I play solo, and I play against counters, and I do quite well, and I'm playing in 5k MMR, and I'm doing well against good players. Now I'm in unranked, I'm playing against people who are probably the same skill as me, coming back obviously. And yeah, I just cannot seem to get my combos off. I cannot seem to get my skills off here. Which is going to go for a really sneaky wraparound here, knowing that ML just ran out. They get the ultimate down. Playboard does go down. Rock comes in. She's picked up. Nice. Nice and easy. Maybe one too many TPs there, but still a decent pickup nonetheless. She's down for 45 seconds there. See, I cast my net there by accident. You're going to see stuff like this cropping up, and no matter how good you get at Meepo, if you take a long break, your mechanical skills are going to slip, and that's going to be something you have to deal with. But yeah, try and avoid things that you think will burn you out on the game, or burn you out on the hero. I'm going to check out a net. See, that's a bit more game sense there. Like, even though I've been out the game for a long time, I still check out that net. Trying to scout who's there. So this Arcane Rune is a new rune, and I don't think it really does anything for Meepo. Yeah, so I ping out for someone else. I read the description on it, and it really doesn't seem to do anything for Meepo. Unfortunately, a lot of the new items and the new rune really don't seem to do anything for Meepo, which is really unfortunate. I'm still just about to pick up Aghanim's. Curry's coming out of it now, which is a really embarrassing time to get your Aghanim's. But we'll make do with it. We've caused havoc around the map, which is good enough, and now we're making use of the space that we've created. So as you can see here, quite inefficient with my Meepo placement, quite inefficient with the farming, and this is just going to be something that becomes almost muscle memory when you're pressing your hotkey, then goes to that camp. It's a bit of game sense and mechanical skill, and both of which have slipped a little bit. You know, normally here I'd be looking at the time so I don't block camps. I'd be looking at the clock so I know when to stack. Stark is going to give a nice kill down Rubik. I'd be looking at where my Meepos are. You know, I'd be sending them around. I'd be getting them into position to farm more. Maybe sending them into a lane. Maybe sending them into an enemy jungle. None of that is really happening because I'm just so out of practice. I'm not very confident as well. Confidence is a huge part of playing Meepo. Confidence in your decisions, confidence in your micro, confidence in putting your Meepos in certain positions could be quite risky. I've not done a lot of that. I'm not confident that I can micro them back out. So again, that camp is stacked. I don't know who's stacking it, but it is very nice for me to catch me up. And it is quite a nice camp placement. I do like that a lot. It's going to be very good for heroes like Meepo and Anti-Mage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It is, however, though, quite a long walk back to the rest of the Radiant camp. And Dire obviously do have their version of it over here on the map. Yeah, it is quite a long walk. I'm going to go for the Blink Dagger next, and it is very late Blink Dagger, but nonetheless, I want to try and make as much use of it as possible. So the Hellbear's taking a big chunk out of one of my Meepos. So I'm going to send one back to base and two to the other camp. And it's almost quite unfortunate that my video did corrupt the first time, because it was the first of its kind would have been the first of its kind on the channel, because I was commentating as I was playing it and I was saying what I was thinking, you know, and I was laughing at my own mistakes because I was just so amazed at how like messy everything was. Like here, like I'm just leaving that Meepo there, you know, I didn't even put him on the camp. Like there are so many things that just, it felt weird trying to play Meepo because of how long I've been out of the game. And you know, I think you could get down about that. You'd be like, oh, you know, if you don't play every day, then you're gonna really slip, and that might be the truth. But I had a lot of fun with this game. This is my first game after 2.5 months as Meepo. Like I said, I played a Huskar game, and I didn't think I was gonna enjoy the game. It was kind of like I was bored. Thought I'll play Dota, and I actually really enjoyed this game. So that is a good sign in itself. Rubik is going to get picked up here. The Oracle ultimate does go down, I think, but it doesn't really seem to do anything. And yeah, I TP out to the mid because I expect to fight. I don't TP all my Meepos to mid though. I'm going to keep the rest of them on the top lane, knowing that most of their heroes were mid. Going to push out that top lane. I'm going to farm the jungle. So that is the Blink Dagger picked up. I need to wait for it on the courier. A little bit scared about sending the rest of my Meepos deeper into the Dire jungle there. Trying to scout where the enemy team is. Can only really see Nikes. So gonna switch to Agility Treads and be really brave and just push out this mid tower. Missing a Meepo, of course. You can see on the map I am missing a Meepo. I don't even realise that's how bad it is. And we are gonna get gone on here, but I am gonna pick up the tower for it. Go on this thing, and I might actually get this Meepo out. The BKB is popped by Dragon Knight, but Strike, a very strong skill, does manage to slow up Dragon Knight. Do manage to get this Meepo on very low health with some really bad micro. That full health Meepo coming in that I just walked there and didn't poof in. Very bad of me. And I'm going to use this full health Meepo to remain in the battle if I can. So fortunately there I don't die there, and I do pick up my blink, so caught a little bit of a break there. Probably should have died if they were a bit more competent than that, but I didn't.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So yeah, it's looking pretty decent for us now. We do pick up their mid tier 2 there, and if there is something that the Dire team are lacking, it is towers. We are definitely winning the tower war here. A huge advantage of Venomancer there that we are winning this tower war. Their push in itself is incredibly weak actually. So yeah, that is a huge hole in their team. Our push actually is pretty damn strong with the Venomancer and Meepo. So here I kind of forgot what I'm going to go. I'm going to go with the safe build and probably go for a Scythe of Vice next, the bread and butter build that I always choose to use. If I was a little bit more confident, or if I had a bit more sense, or if I was back in my habit when I was actually pretty decent at the game, I probably would have gone for something different, like a Scardia maybe, or a Ethereal Blade straight up. But I do opt to go for the Scythe next. Here you can see quite weird micro. I'm going to try and kill this TA. I missed the poof on my Meepos, and I'm trying frantically now to salvage this. I'm going to put that Meepo back in, and he does get picked up. That was horrible. That is an example of just awful micro, and I'm almost like just it got to the point where I wasn't angry at myself. I wasn't sad. I was just kind of laughing about it. That was embarrassing, very much so. But you have to get over those. Those are going to happen regularly. If you're very out of practice with Meepo, or if you're not very confident with him, or if you're learning him. Of course, it is embarrassing for me because I have so many hours on the hero. A little fight going on here, and I don't think it's going to go so well for our team. Probably just going to get picked up here. He's going to be able to get suicide off. DK does pop his BKB. That is the only light in the darkness for that. And that miskill on TA cost us a hell of a lot. That should have been in 99 times out of 100. That is a free kill for Meepo players. But with me being so out of practice, it was not a free kill. I'm going to try and help this Venomancer, but it does auto TP me to the mid lane, so not so close there. And I am going to now try and just go back to the drawing board and hopefully get some more XP and farm. There, a net coming out when it should have been a poof. You know, these mechanical errors are huge. But my game sense, I feel, hasn't taken a hit. Hopefully we're going to see an example of that. So here, kind of farm out jungle. I'm a little bit scared as to where TA is. I see Nikes on the bottom lane. He's playing quite confident there, so he could have a hero behind him. So I'm kind of roaming with my first Meepo, kind of trying to find things to do while I farm up the camp. A fairly good habit to have is to not keep your first Meepo farming if you can. To try and keep him around the map, trying to find things to do with the blink. Because the rest of your Meepos can be there at any point with just a flick of the wrist, with a flick of the poof. So again, I'm going to poof up my Meepos to the top lane now, having cleared out our jungle. And this is quite efficient use of the map, which is quite nice to see that I am still efficiently at least using the map. Not efficiently farming, but efficiently using the map. So yeah, it's not going to push up this top lane. I just spotted a TA trap there, which I'm a little bit worried about. I'm going to head down into the river. That is a bug. We shouldn't be able to see that, but we are able to see it. So we are going to be able to see that they are doing Roshan. I don't really feel like contesting that. I'm very far away from Roshan, so this top tower should be free. Now I'm going to switch to Agi Treads. I'm still switching Treads, which is quite nice. I'm going to try and go to this river. Unfortunately, the Fake Bolt does cancel my blink. I'm going to blink anyway. Miss the net there. Because Rubik does have a blink as a first item, which is quite a strange item to go first item on Meepo, on Rubik. Podge does manage to pick up Arc Warden there, which is a really nice kill, and a BKB forced out there from DK, so not too bad. So we are still in their jungle, and we are still looking for some fights. Nike's going on Podge, but not doing as much damage as perhaps he wanted to. We are going to look for this Nikes now. The blink in front, he does manage to rage, but the Geo Strike doesn't care about rage. Level 4 Geo Strike is going to slow him up quite nicely. He pops out the Infest quite early, and we are going to probably able to get this kill. Feeling though that I want to get out fairly early. Can't really see where TA is, and a nice meld with Deso is going to do quite a lot of damage to me. So I'm going to get out, I'm going to pick up my Ultimate Orb, and this will give me some nice stats. Again, having access to that camp there while you're pushing the mid lane, you've got that camp and you've got the ancient camp, so you can starve them even more. It's a very nice camp actually. It's almost like a snowball camp, I think. It helps the team that is farming it most regularly, and stopping the enemy team farming it more is going to snowball a little bit more, because of the position of that camp. So here we're kind of locking them in their base a little bit. I do sense that maybe they're in their jungle and they're probably dodging around that, but it does seem like they're locked in their base. However, we can't keep this locked there for very long, because as 5, they are still very strong. Scardy picked up there by Slark, and that is of course a pretty nice item for Slark. It's a pretty nice item for most heroes, and that's pretty good for us. I am slowly heading towards my side again, farming very inefficiently. I've got 4 Meepos on one camp. I am now going to try and rectify that and attack move 2 of them to one camp, and just force move 2 others to the other camp so they don't attack the same camp. And that is going to work out a little bit in my favour and get me a little bit more gold there. We look at the GPM chart. I should be topping the GPM chart, but I am not. I am actually getting out farmed very hard. I should be 600 GPM right now, so that's really bad. That's something you're going to definitely slip on, is your efficiency when farming, because that just comes with confidence. But I don't seem to have much of that right now with the game. So my score right now, 3-5-3. Could be worse, definitely. I don't think I'm feeding, but I'm definitely making mistakes here and there that are costing me quite a lot. But I am a use to my team, definitely. And I will become more useful to my team as time goes on with the farming. Because I just seem to have full access to our jungle now. The really nice thing is that Slark is creating a nuisance of himself. He's not killing anyone, but he's showing up on the map, forcing out TPs, or baiting out TPs. Just being a nuisance, escaping, then going back in. And he is creating me untold amounts of space, which is allowing me to just farm, which is much needed because I am quite far behind, and because of the fact that I've made mistakes and not farmed very efficiently. Now our jungle's going to respawn. I should be able to get a bit more gold here. I do unfortunately block one of the camps. And here's just kind of the farming game. Normally I probably wouldn't be allowed to do this farming game. I would be punished for this, but I'm not being punished. I'm going to let Witch Doctor farm that up because he needs his Aghanim Scepter. And I'm going to pick up this Mystic Staff in a second. So yeah, this game was fun, but it was quite stressful trying to play Meepo off such little practice. And your first Meepo games probably will be quite stressful. A lot to manage, a lot to take in. And I think this game is an example. It's almost like a reset. My game sense remains. The muscle memory remains, but my mechanical skill with Meepo, my reaction skills, my ability to micro in hard situations has completely vanished almost. So it is almost like a reset. The thing is, though, if you've previously been good at Meepo and you've fallen out of practice with Meepo, it will be quite quick to get back on track with Meepo. You will get back on the road, back to where you were fairly quickly. You will just lapse backwards and have to get over that hill first. So it looks like they're going to take out a pretty strong mid push here, and I am ready. I have my Cypher Vice now, which is going to be really nice for just killing anyone. Miss Michael with my illusions there. I should have been farming more. But again, not awful. I've had worse GPM than this before due to losing. I definitely should have higher GPM than this in this current game, but I don't. But the Cypher Vice is going to be really nice. I don't want to show on the map. I don't want to show in range so they can see my Cypher Vice. So I'm going to hang back as much as possible. Maybe they're going for quite a brave steal. Could have been punished for that, but none of us felt too confident about it, not being obviously the rest of the team. TA is going to wrap around on me, but little does she know that I have a Cypher Vice. So I'm going to poop in the first Meepo. Net her up. Second net, so she can't invis, and she is quickly picked up. So it's almost like I messed up trying to kill her, and then she messes up trying to kill me. So a little bit of karma there. I'm going to keep going on this Rubik here. Very confident I can still do this. The Oracle cage is going to go down there, and I completely have no idea what it does, and it shows. I should have gone for Oracle in that situation. I didn't know at this point that it gave 100% evasion here. You can see me checking. And if I had known that, I would have killed the Oracle there, and I do learn from that. Oracle, though, picking... not Oracle, Arc Warden. I said this when I was playing this game. Arc Warden, it's not Oracle. Yeah, they're two mixed up so hard. Arc Warden has opted for a Silver's Edge, and I'm not sure if I like that at all. Because I can just net him and reveal him. So, not the best pickup from him. But there, you can see I die, I do pick up Rubik, I bite off a little bit more than I can chew. Had I known that the Oracle Sphere was going to do that, I could have killed Oracle. Probably died to Dragon Knight, but I could have got an extra kill out of that. But that's it, I've returned to the game. I actually haven't read the patch notes, which is really bad. That's how disinterested I've been in the game. I haven't read the patch notes. So, I'm learning by doing right here, and which can often be better, but it... definitely comes with its downsides. You are going to pay for it, you're going to learn the hard way. Gonna opt for the Ethereal Blade here. The reason I'm not opting for more HP is because Knights will do more damage the more HP I have, and TA has a Desolator. Armor is going to be super useful here. Their magical damage is insanely low. Their physical damage is insanely high. So I'm feeling like armor is going to be the way to go. Ethereal Blade, of course. So I am. Here's my game sense in play. I am sure that TA is going to be doing one of these two camps. That's exactly what I would do in this situation. So I'm going to go for the Hex, get the net out. The Oracle ultimate is going to go down, but I ain't falling for it this time. Does try and invis up, but it isn't going to work. And TA with her BKB is going to do nothing. Geostrike is savage. So a really nice double kill there from me. You can see, because I'd learned from the Oracle ultimate the hard way, not ultimate, Oracle Sphere the hard way. The moment it went down, didn't even waste my time. Just went straight for Oracle. And that's what you need to do. Just learn by your mistakes. Don't get mad. Don't get angry. Don't be mad at yourself. Don't think you're bad at the game. Just get on with it and move on. That's exactly what I did. Made a mistake, corrected it instantly. That's how you get better at the game. So here now, off that double kill, a lot of the threat of the enemy team has gone down, and this is a perfect time to pick up Roshan here. I do ask Slark in the game using the in-game voice if I could have the HT bottom. He does say yes. Rubik does blink in for a very brave steal, very close to actually guessing that. Brave for him, and I just instantly pick him up. A free kill there, really. And the HT Immortal. I do time Roshan as well. I'm amazed that I managed to time him. I remember to time him. That's something that's really nice as Meepo is remembering to time Roshan, because Aegis is going to be something you're playing around heavily in the mid to early late game. Not mid to early, you know what I'm saying, like early late game. So mid game to early late game. So here, while my Meepos regen up, I'm just going to farm this bottom lane. Very inefficient for me to send all my Meepos back at once, but that is the way of it. That is the lack of confidence I have in my ability to micro right now. But then I'm going to relay them back and forth to make sure they're all topped up, ready for a fight. Unfortunately, my team do decide to go for a fight right now, and I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe I should have picked up Boots of Travel to help them with this, but it looks like they're going to hold their own for some time, giving me the time. I'm going to send the rest maybe post bottom to push out that lane, so we get all our lanes pushed in. Nice hook there comes out from Podge, is going to flip Dragon Knight. The Arc Warden ultimate also, the Arc Warden Sphere also evades Witch Doctor pulses, which is really good. And yeah, a couple more blind hooks coming out from Podge. Traded 1 for 1. I think that was a decent trade. And now I'm here with the HT Immortal, so we can go high ground. I'm pretty confident that I can blink up Hex and do what I want, but I'm going to head back for this Ethereal Blade first, just so I don't lose the gold. Rest of maybe was pushing out that bottom lane. And here comes the Ethereal Blade, and this is going to rocket my damage and my survivability up. TA going for an incredibly risky blink, a very bad blink there, and I get a nice double net there. The Oracle ultimate does come out, but they both run out of it in panic. I'm going to keep saying Oracle ultimate, god damn it, but you know what I'm saying. I'm going to chuck a couple of boosts out here, and another Arc Sphere does come out, but it isn't going to do too much. I'm tanking so much with this Ethereal Blade. I'm going to chuck out the Ethereal Blade there to slow her a little bit. Slark does go onto the TA, hopefully it's going to pick her up. I'm going to micro out this first Meepo is getting very low. The Templar Assassin does get picked up, Arc 1 does get picked up, Nyx is the only one remaining, and even though that was incredibly messy from my point, I probably could have finished that TA a lot quicker and killed the Arc 1 a lot quicker. I do manage to take a hefty advantage there, and you can see with this Ethereal Blade just how fast I'm clicking. Buildings just melt before me, and gold just goes my way. So I could even just finish the game right here, and being bored as I am, I just want to try and extend the game to have more fun. This is one of my faults. I'm just going to keep hitting their Earth Wells, trying to get as much gold as possible. Do put a boost of travel here, so I'm going to go on this Rubik and pick up a really easy kill there. Unfortunately though, I probably shouldn't dive the fountain because my ability to redirect aggro is not perfect by any stretch. You're about to see here. Do a Ethereal Blade myself, which buys me a little bit of time to really pop the Aegis there, but no avail. I'm going to try and do something here, see if I can pick up someone. I'm going to try and redirect. It isn't really going to happen, and I instantly die. Instantly buyback. Instantly BOTs back into the base. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to do that again. I can't do that. I'm not very good at micro right now. Knowing I shouldn't really throw the game, I'm just going to poof the rest of my moves in here and finish the game. The enemy team not really responding, maybe they're going up, and a nice win there. So that was genuinely my first game after 2.5 months of playing as Meepo. I think I did alright. I think that overall I'm happy with that game. I enjoyed that game, but it is going to be an uphill climb from here, and there are definitely going to be some embarrassing Meepo losses, but I'm going to have to get over that. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this game. It's clearly not a good demonstration of skill, but it is clearly a good demonstration of what is going to slip if you take a break, what is going to remain, and what to look for if you think you'll get burnt out on the game, what to change and what to adjust. Thanks for watching very much, guys. Stay tuned, I should be uploading more in the near future, and I will see you next time.